Welcome in. Welcome in. How's everybody doing this evening? Um, is everything, hang on, got a lot going on here. Trying to get everything together. Didn't want you to sit on. Okay. No, I'm here. I'm just got a couple things going on here trying to get get my life together. Oh boy. Texts come in right when I'm hitting the live button. You know what I mean? Just one thing after another. Got volumes up on races. Don't have everything turned on the way I want. Let's see here. Looks like that's on. Okay. I think we're slowly getting our life together here. I think. I think. Let's get that set up there. Let's get this screen here. Do that. Uh, Turn that on while I'm sitting here. Uh, uh, Manage. Okay, I think I'm finally getting my life together. Mars, how you doing? Mike, what's going on? Yeah, just slowly getting together here. Sluggish start here, you know. Don't have a good reason other than I hit the go live button and I didn't want it to sit there that long. So some of the stuff I'm getting ready as we can sit and talk. Let's see. As we're doing that, I can click over here, click here, um, click here, click here, and I can get this out to everybody. Yes, just crack the. No, I haven't done it yet. Uh, yeah, I need a Coke Zero remote. Okay. I just want to get it out there for everybody. That's my new YouTube channel there. It's been going for a little bit. I have to look here, see how it's been going for. It's been going about 10 days. That's how it's been going. I got 6 videos on there already. I got 2 in the wings waiting to go in. And the cool thing is collectively, I've got 30, 60, 70, you know, almost 90 views so far and everything, and how cool that is. So I really appreciate everybody jumping in and doing that. Make sure when you're there you like and subscribe to things. That helps everything, as everybody knows. So um, and then remember what I said a while back. There's when you go in there and you look at the videos, I got a couple series. I got a series going on this Moraines, Midwest Moraines, and then you're going to see a series coming up pretty soon for Scott County, Missouri as well. And I think I don't know, I got quite a few videos for that. I'm going to get in there and some projects that we did over there. So I think here within a couple of weeks we'll have some pretty decent volume of content in there to look into all these civil things and different things like that that you've been seeing or hearing or we've been talking about, or whatever the case is. So get on over there to YouTube, check it out. The Twitch side is great, obviously for the streaming side, but this is a great place to store them, and they're accessible then for as long as I choose them to be there. Unlike what Twitch is, they're there for so long because of my level, and then they'll go away after a period of time. So that's that. And then one last thing on the YouTube thing is you'll see episodes that are like point 0.5. So there's like episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, but then you'll see a 3.5 and you'll see a 4.5. Okay, what them point 0.5 episodes means is those are YouTube only videos or content. Those are not anything that I've streamed. So if you've been keeping up on the streams, that's great. It's great, but those point 0.5 episodes in there, those are YouTube only. So the only place you can see those is going to YouTube to kind of catch up. I know 3.5 was kind of a, what do you want to say? It was an update of kind of where the project was, and it was kind of a where are we going type of thing. So we did that. We did a few little things while we're there. And then on episode 4.5, I think that's where we kind of did a bunch of cleanup, and we did a bunch of the grading for the grass seed, and then we got all of our equipment kind of moved over to the next area we're working. So go check those out. Like I said, like, subscribe, do all that stuff you do over at YouTube. I appreciate it. The other cool thing that's kind of happened here in the intern, if you will, is we gained like 3 or 4 followers since my last time streaming. So I appreciate that as well. We are at 274 now. How exciting is that? Okay. So Mars, everything's going great, man. Everything's going great. I've did a few little updates on my desk so I can kind of sit in here square the way I want to. So I'm really happy about that. I got my office about 85% clean right now, and my goal. So I'm on vacation this week. So my goal is to have this office Better Homes and Garden picture ready. Not that I'm taking pictures, but just that it's like that because that's how I need it for my anxiety and OCD issues I have. So, yeah, everything's going great. You need something, Mars, you just got to let me know. All right, I think I've got everything set up. Got all my screens the way I need them. I think everything's the way it is. And yeah, tomorrow I will work on a Coke Zero can for my one of my emotes. So everybody has that. So let's do that. Let's just do a brief overview real quick. Got a couple new things. We ordered so if you guys remember, I did not put that walk-in mod in here. That Mike has got a pretty awesome walk-in mod. But we'll walk down. We'll jog. How's this? This is jogging. Okay, we'll jog down here. So it's December, and you can see most equipment's kind of staged and put kind of, I don't want to say put away, but it's kind of like, it's kind of out of everywhere. It was snowing yesterday on the map, and I was afraid it was going to cover us up, so I got everything kind of put away a little bit. All right, so a couple things we're going to do tonight. This is our original little job trailer here. We have a Connex down here, and it looks like somebody drove a big excavator out of here and put some pretty good sized ruts in that. I'll have to fix that. But this is our job site here for everything, and this is where we come back and all that. But I ordered a new trailer, job site trailer. So not that we're going to move it more, but it's a little bit easier for us to get out on a job site. So we'll go down. I ordered it anew from the dealership, and they are supposed to be getting lettered up and everything for us. What dozer is this? It's a Caterpillar D6T. There it is at the bottom there, Caterpillar D6T 6-way blade. So this machine here, you can do it like this with this blade like this, so it's directional, the blade. And then I can use my GPS on this, or it comes with the long arms off each side of the tracks, like where it's just up and down, whatever. So, no, I don't believe it is. I believe it's I think it's 4MR. Does that sound right? So, yeah, I do. Yeah, so that's my comment into Tri-State is they need to give me a blade option with the GPS on it. So, so Mars, here's something interesting. I've done I've done that what you're saying, okay? And what what we did there was okay. All right, pal. You don't want to hang around for the trailer that I'm gonna go down and look at, but that's fine. I'll show it to you another time, I guess. Um, are you want me to go down and do it now before you go nighty night? It's my beacon for all my GPS stuff. All right, if you're gone, that's fine. We'll keep going. We're going. All right, so Mars, here's what I did. Okay, let's do this. You wanna bounce around real quick? Uh, let's do this real quick and hit save, and we'll go over and we'll do that real quick. How's that sound? Want to do that real quick? I'll show you like an example of how I did it, and maybe it'll give you an idea how you want to do it. But the answer is yes. Okay, and this will come out in my Scott County um, series, but we will we'll come back to that. All right, let's go here. Let's find out where this. I've not been on Scott County in a while. It's down here. Here. We'll just hit start. Okay. Let's go check this out. I'm going to show you what I did. So this is a Patreon map, so it's not. I don't know if it's been leaked or anything, but I was a Deep South Patreon person, so I have a lot of their stuff in here. I spent a lot of time on this one here. I think I got 200 or 300 hours on this one. But let's go talk about that real quick. Because this map, I'll tell you what I enjoyed about this map. It's a 4X, right? And it had the right fill types, so that part was all good. It checked all the boxes. Um, but the map was 80% done, 85% done, something like that. And hey, G Stu. And what I mean by that is you'll see here when this thing finally loads, um, what you'll see is like the roads weren't level the way they're supposed to be. Like when you drive on a road, especially a graded road or a road that's been installed, it's not leaning side to side. Sometimes they get a hump in the center, but based on how they're done, but the roads don't like angle real bad. They typically grade that out of them. That's right. And it's so Brownwood. That's by Deep South, right? So what I kind of found is that's kind of a trend with them. But here's the thing though, Mars, is it has changed my approach on maps. By being a patron, I was just patron. I was not a map review or nothing like that, right? Um, but by getting on their maps and looking at all of them and playing on them, um, it has changed my approach. I believe in an interesting way. So it's not a good or bad, just an interesting way. And what I mean is that I'd get on the maps and they'd have water for a lake and all of a sudden one of the levees didn't line up with the water. Like the levee was 10 foot from where the water stopped. You know what I mean? It looked like a design area. The water's just floating out there in the middle of nowhere. And at first I say, it's like, holy cow, this water isn't even done right. And, I'd go and I'd see trees floating, or I'd see roads that weren't put in right. They were just, laid on, it looked like they were just painted on whatever train was there, and went on, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, hold on a minute. Those can all be, yes, it's I can make little projects on all that stuff, right? So I was coming around with my equipment. I was rebuilding levees and dams, redoing roads and places culverts should have been. I put them in, and just all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, exactly. It really kind of changed my approach on a lot of things, and I really have brought that to full circle into this Midwest Moraines. Okay, so let's jump in a car here. All right. So this road here, I'm going to show you where I'm at. I don't know if you play on this map at all. Okay. But this map, this road right here, so let's get the map open. You can see where I'm at here. I'm down here at the bottom, kind of at the bottom of the map in the middle down there. See my little triangle right there? This road was horrible. So when you drove on it, you can see some of it up there still. Okay. I'm going to leave the map up so you can see where I'm at. But when you went through some of these areas, okay, this road tilted to the right. See how this is built up here on the right, the shoulder here? I did all that. Okay. So here's what the interesting thing is. You just come in, and what I did was I went and grabbed my GPS, right? I'm still was using the old Terraform. And what I did was I probably set it about right here in the road. Wait a minute. Let's look. See, because this is built up here too. But I just came in on the road and found a spot that was good, and I put my GPS down. I set it here. Then I took and I calibrated it all the way up here to the top, like up here. Okay. So you can look, when I look down this thing here, you can probably see where my GPS was down here at the bottom, where it kind of levels out. And I just brought my dozer up here and just ran the dozer over it using the grade feature, and allowed it to raise it as I went. And then I just basically raised it. And if, as long as the road is like this, see how this is a piece of road. This actually a placeable, this part of the road. As long as it's a placeable road like this, the road just follows up where you had it. It just follows you up there. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I don't use the new one yet. I do. It is in, when I'm on the server with Mike, that is what he's using. And I've not been around it enough to help you. I apologize. I'm just not. Um, he's shown a couple videos. I've been able to, um, I've been a little hesitant uh, until I get it fully going before I'm going to jump all in. So I am, but you should be able to set your slope from where you want to start at. See how this is up here? I would say about here where I'm standing, and then the instrument is all the way down there at the bottom. Right? And then I just run the dozer over it, and it raised it, or it leveled it off. And then on this side, it dug in. So this, see how this is raised up? It did that. And then now look here. See how this hill's kind of, this one's a little tilted, but I just didn't mess with it. I just left this one alone. See how it's a little bit tilted to the side? All right. But that other one was real bad. You couldn't even drive through there. All right. And let's look up here. And I think I did down this one as well. And then the other place it was real bad. Let me show you something else I had to do. And all these videos of doing this should be in my series that's coming out on this. I think there was even bumps in this. So like if you came down here in a truck, you'd hit a bump, it would throw you off the road. See, there's a bump. Whoa, hold on. Shoes. See, it's rough. So I was planning on coming down and regrading the whole thing like that, a section at a time. And Mars, you remember this is a map where we did the remember the water. Remember where we had the water in the ditch here on the side here, and then we put a little dam in down there with a pipe in it. So here's my other project. Look at this road up here on my right. Look at it. You see this? It goes up like on the side of the hill. Yeah, this is I did. So see, the road used to go all the way up here. Yeah, this is where I did the water and the levee. Yeah, this road used to be up here above my head right here, and then it was down. It was from here up to there. I came in, set my GPS like right here, and then put it down there behind behind the SUV, and then I come in and grade that off because it was so weird. But yeah, this is the map where we did the water thing, and we might jump back in here for some stuff. Who knows? I'm gonna go over there and show you just to. Let's see if we can drive over there. Let's take this off. We'll get a little bit more here, and then we'll go back to. Remember, I think we even rebuilt some of the levee here. The levee was even up and down weird. See if I can keep it up on top here without going in the water. Remember the shops back here in the back here? So here it is here. Remember, we built all this here. Built this, put the water up to this retaining wall. Then we built this retaining wall. We put it in, dug all this out, put the retaining wall in, and then put the culvert pipe in here. And then this has got water in it down here too. And then the water level runs out of it right here. So yeah. But yeah, this is that map. And I got a series coming on this one too. Okay. That's right. I appreciate that, buddy. And that's really what it's all about, right? And that's really why I started doing some of the little series was I'm like I some of this stuff is just a matter of just grabbing a map and trying stuff on it, and then having a finished map somewhere. You know what I mean? That you're actually doing all your finished stuff, but you have one to try stuff on and one that you are actually putting together. You know? Okay. A little memory lane stuff there, right, buddy? Yeah, yeah. Cool. We're working on G Stu too, Mars. Working on him. He's been I think he's been diving in a little bit of the farm sim stuff as well. Alrighty. We'll get back over to Moraines here and see how that's get going over there. We'll catch everybody up over there. We got here. So hopefully everybody's I haven't heard. I need to go over there. I'll tell you what, I'll have that update for you this weekend when I'm on doing stuff, or I'll post it somewhere. I remember when we were. I thought it was in a month or two or something like that. So I was in a sec. You can tell by the name of my game here. I was in a second beta group. Okay. Yeah. This this Midwest Moraines is actually really good. It's not only is it 4X, but all the buildings and farms and everything are all have really nice buildings in them. It's nice. That's for sure. And it has a town in it, so that's really, as you can tell, I've not been, excuse me, I've not been out streaming anything really in the farming stuff. Not at least in this series where everything's been so, but it's got a big enough town and enough stuff over there that I can sit and do all that stuff, um, um, and do that. So I'm kind of, I think everybody's kind of got a set of boxes they check, right? They'll turn around and say, okay, if I'm going to play a map, I'm looking for like these things, X, whatever they are. For us, for me, for that, it's this is one with the creek in the woods. Yeah, it has a creek in the woods. Added a few pictures of race cars out here. Thought that was kind of cool. I like that. I don't know why this door is open. Close that. Oops. So since we weren't here, we're going to teleport back to where we were when I left. So what you're going to notice, I have a project lined up here. Let's go. I'm going to show you. I got a truck sitting here. This is an upcoming project here where this truck is. So the biggest part of it is out here somewhere. Right here. There's a crossover here for for to get from one field to another, but the culvert's jammed up. It collapsed, so it's gone. So we're going to come out and dig this up and put a new culvert in here for the farmer. He hired us to do that, so I got to get out here to do that. So the truck's here. We just haven't come out to do the work yet. But hang on, like I said, we're gonna teleport back to where we were. And if you're asking, so yeah, the creek kind of starts here and flows all the way through here, and it just goes and goes and goes. But let's go up here where. All right, that's weird. Okay, so let's do this. Let's grab. Oh boy, that don't look good. That actually looks really bad. Get that fixed. I knew, the funny part is I knew that was going to happen. Anytime you go in and out of a game and you have something on the lift, it usually ends up wigged out. You know what I mean? So just leave it sit there. Okay. All right, so let's do this here. Let's run down to the dealership. Like I said, I ordered a new job trailer. We'll run down, see if it's ready. If it is, we're going to get it picked up. And look at this here. You get these bale trailers with the bale racks on them, and they're great for hauling that pipe on. So all the shop trucks up here are yellow. That's the color of the shop. Oh, it looks like it's in here. All right. So that truck's been on here, just got repainted, and that's the dealership's basically truck to move trailers around. It's kind of nice because it's got a hitch on the back to pull trailers, and obviously a fifth wheel. So this is a new job trailer here, We had to have some things done on it, so we asked them to change them for us. So notice here, it's got our project number on it for our project, and then it has RBP Site Development Field Office there. Pretty cool, huh? Got that on it. And let's see, let's go. So we have to do some letter key. All right. So came in here and we added, they added, this is our 3D model of all our piping we're doing in town, all the different streets. There's a picture, one of our job site pictures there, right? Got a picture of our truck and our work trailer, right? Here's a picture of our office down there. Got the SUV sitting out front. Here, let's just turn my guy off here so you can see us, all right? Here's a picture on the wall of our company shop yard. Here's a previous picture of another job we did on another map. That's a big limestone quarry we did. Here's a picture of the water treatment plant we built on this map here. Got it in here, right? And then check this out. Apparently somebody in the trailer is sitting and watching old the burnt peanut on a live stream. Thought that was kind of cool. And there's a couple other pictures on this wall over here. So not too bad. Looks like they got everything where we want it. So let's get out here and get this door closed. Oops. Try and get out of the way so don't close me in it. Oop. All right. So here's the other cool thing. Watch this here. We're going to do a demonstration on the outside. So when it comes time to pull this thing, you come up here, you click this, and the steps go away. Okay? Now, once you get this out on a job site, you click this button here, which says apply parking brake, and then you click this button, and it puts the skirting around and takes the tongue off of it. What do you think of that? Huh? Pretty cool. All right. So I don't know, have you seen this? Yeah, it's pretty cool, ain't it? So Mars there in the bottom corner there, right? If you need to search, if you can't find it, let me know. But on the Google machine, you search Lizard Job Site Trailer, and not my initials, but you do Lizard Job Site Trailer, and you should find that come up. All right, let's get this truck out of the way. Looks like they did a pretty good job. All right, we'll get it down to the job site, and we'll schedule that Connex to be picked up, and we're actually been renting that, so I'll get rid of that. We actually bought this one here. All right. New job trailer is on its way. Don't turn too sharp. Whew. I don't know if we're going to be able to tow this. We might have to get a different truck. Problem is you can't tow this with a pickup. It's too heavy. People are always in the way there. Look out. Sheesh, that was close. So my understanding is I think I told you guys as we were doing this work down here that there's been some building permits taken out for this lot here, and my understanding is they're going to put a new Caterpillar dealership in right there. Is what my understanding is. So, how are we going to do this? So yeah, look for a new cat, and we'll have that as one of our projects. We'll come in. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Um, we'll do that. But yeah, my understanding is the Caterpillar's applied for a permit, and there's going to be a new Caterpillar dealership go in there. There you go. Okay, look at that. We're in business, and then we'll schedule a truck out to come get that one. I'm gonna be interested because I think you can actually use the crane to pick it up. I brought it out on a rollback, like a rollback trailer, or um, like equipment trailer with angles. I'll come out and see if we can just leave. Oh, hang on. Just leaving the game. Right on. When you get home, let me know if you want to come in and hang out. Just let me know. But that's what's going on there. So let's head back to the shop. I got to figure out where my pickup truck is in this deal. So let me show you something interesting here on this here. Let's stop here on the road. So as you guys know, I've been kind of running back and forth between the job and the shop over there. And I keep running like right through, watch this here. I keep running right through here. See how I hit something? And I'm like, I was running into this and I was trying to figure out what in the world's going on. So I just run around it all the time, right? Well, the reason that's there is is a school bus that shows up there when school's out every day. And that's why there's a collision there. I thought that was pretty cool. I love when people put things in maps that are time sensitive. They won 22-4. Dear Lord. Um, but yeah, I always get a kick out of how when people put time sensitive things in the maps like that. I always think that's cool. Oops, get it here and get in there. All right. Well, let's take a look at the map real quick and just remind myself where my truck's even sitting at. Is it all the way back at the farm, maybe? It looks like it's sitting right there. Yep. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Been needing to do this anyway. Okay. We'll send that back to the house. And then we will pop out here real quick. Oops. Visit. All right. And then we will send this to there. Oops. We'll get back out. And then we'll go So that gets our vehicle switched around for us. Spurvin's going to end up in the field somewhere. We were out here. Okay. This is where we were before we started all of our detour. Okay. So we're going to give that truck a minute to get here. We can get back in. If everybody's seen, so we're all the way down that street now. So we made that turn. You know, we're connected to water treatment plant. We're connected there. And we're all the way out and we're all the way to here. And we just made the turn. Okay. So if you do the corporate helicopter thing real quick, right? Right? So what we've done is we're waiting for our truck to hear because I got something I got to do with my truck. Right? Here's the water treatment plant we put in. We did that first. Right? And then the pipe, see here at the back of the plant, the pipe comes out there next to that tractor, comes out, crosses the road here. Hang on. Crosses the road, see it? Comes down the road to the corner. I don't know, we worked here for a while to get around this corner. But here we go out in the street. That's why you don't see any dirt disturbed here, because we actually had to go down the road. There wasn't enough room to do it in the right of way. Here we had room in the right of way and down there, and we had a road crossing. Okay. So we come down through here, and we got here. Once we got past this little intersection here, past that business, we were able to jump over the right of way. This right of way is big over here. And then we came down this right of way, all the way down, and we're all the way to here now, where that excavator's sitting there. So you kind of see, if we zoom up and you look, you can see the extent of the pipe we put in. I can't begin to tell how many pieces that is. It's a bunch, right? So what the plan here is, all right, come back to here. You see where the excavator's digging here. We're going to stay on this side of the road, this right of way, and we're going to come on the right of way all the way down to this right here. See where my cursor is right here in the page here in the middle? We're going to stay in that right of way till we get there. So right here, we're going to stay there. Once we get to here, we are going to have to, I believe at this point here is where we're going to have to just come out into the road again, and we're going to go down the road. We're going to not go through these people's yards. So once we get here, we'll probably go out the middle of the road, turn out, and then we'll come down this road here. Okay. We'll go down this road all the way down. There's been talk about crossing the road, crossing the highway here into this area right here and go down this easement on this side then. Okay. We'll come down this easement all the way down. Okay. I'd imagine somewhere in here we'll come across, and then we will continue down this easement down here. And we're going to run all the way to the edge of the grass here, right to here. Okay. And then basically from this point here, we're running all the way down this edge of this field. Maybe we go out the field a little bit, but we're coming all the way down around the back of the baseball field. We'll make our turn. We'll come around this road here, and then we'll turn around and enter this building right to the left of that other one here, and we'll have an entrance. So what that does is if the sewer ever gets interrupted or there's an issue somewhere, it can still flow the other way. There's been discussion that out here in this area way over here, so somewhere maybe on this side of the road here, maybe here in this corner here where Dollar General's at, somewhere up here, there might be a lift station and a pump put in just because it's the far side of the map from where the actual plant or the process plant is. So there might be a fairly decent dig or something, or maybe part of this parking lot. We'll put an underground lift station in there. So a lot to happen, if you will. So, and then once we have that done, so that's all that does is do the perimeter, right? Well, then what will happen is we will run we'll run smaller pipes down the streets, each one of the streets, get all them done. And then once that grid's done, then we'll start introducing the sewer into the uh, the houses, and we'll dig up and connect them. And we have different sized pipes for as you get closer and closer to the house, the pipes get smaller and smaller. By the time we connect them to the house, those pipes will be green. The green will go to the houses. These streets here, since there's no businesses like these ones up here, these are just houses in some of these areas. This will be orange pipe running down these roads. But when you see a business like this street here, how there's businesses, well then there's additional big white pipe to run through here. So, but yeah, you just have to hang out and watch how that all unfolds, if that makes sense. Yep, yep. But there's so many places, and you know what? I'm kind of I'm kind of I don't know. I'll use the word silly. I'm kind of silly when it comes to them whiskey refineries and breweries and stuff like that. I like to kind of have them out in the woods and out of the way, kind of like they're like little hidden. You know what I mean? Kind of like back in probation where you wanted to hide everything, you know. But I tend to find kind of a remote spot to put them things. That's just how I do it. And the other thing, Mars, is this. Oops, hang on. Uh, let's go here, go here. Yeah, that's right. Well, here, look, you're gonna laugh. So all my maps have this on them, and it's not nothing I don't believe I have ever really talked about it much or shown where I put it at. But see here, here's a still. Okay, so what I will do on a map somewhere, right? This is a still, like for out in the woods. Okay, I will hide this in an old building, an old barn. Looks like it's fallen down. I'll hide it like in a corner of the woods where it's like a hill and a valley, like you would do it out in the middle. But I tend to always put this somewhere on the map and hide it. Justin, but I tend to put it out there and hide it wherever it's at, just for that extra little thing. Kind of makes me happy. So, but yeah, this is a neat little mod for that. It's nothing high production, but it is what it is. Justin, how are you, buddy? Haven't seen you like forever. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with me though. Corporate helicopter time. Bring this thing to. Uh, uh, hang on a minute. Oh, I hate it every time I go live. It turns around and shortens up uh, all my names all the time. I never can remember who I'm doing. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay. We are 53 minutes in and we got no work. So Let's see if we get some work done here. Oh, I got to go get my pickup truck. I got something else I need to do. All right. We'll just save that for another day. We're going to get to work. It's time to get to work. There's snowing. It must have snowed last night. There's snow in the bucket. That's funny. What are we doing with that? It's 32 today. It ain't going to melt. I can tell you that. Let's see. Happy hump day, last day of my 30s. Yeah, I hear you. I know, buddy. I know. That was in my bucket, so I just dumped it out there. I figured since it's in the street, people will drive over it and get rid of it or something. I didn't want to put it over here where I was putting my dirt, or I figured I'd be having problems. Yeah, tomorrow is July 9th is what it is. Today is July 8th. Get drunk day. There you go. I like it. I like it. I know what tomorrow is. It's another day off for Lance. Is what it is. These trees really play havoc on everything. I will clarify that. There you go. Getting ready for Eldora. Which race is that, Justin? And is this the infamous toe jam trip, or the one he went on last year? Kings. Okay, yeah. Okay. That'll be a good time. That it will. I understand though. I understand. Yeah, the hardest part is when you get right here to the tree. I think we're going to kind of hit this one a little better than we have some of the other ones, and it just makes it hard when you try to get past them. So yeah, Mars, to answer your question, I'm still in this profile. I'm still using the old GPS. I only have the new GPS in one of my profiles. So I will tell you, okay, is that the new GPS is like way cool what it does, right? Hang on, what in the world? It is way cool in what it does, and how it allows you to lay the terraform out is crazy. You can actually lay out a slope, like you could lay your terraform out in a square. It will only dig in that square. Okay, that's the only thing it will do. Oops, don't hit the tree. Okay, it will only dig in that square, and then you can have multiple floor levels. You can dig a slope to a flat and then go on a flat, and you don't even have to change your position of your GPS. So it's got some cool features to it. I just haven't just taken the time to use it. And here's where I'm at, unfortunately. What I do is I'm like, I have a choice between learning a new terraform or coming in here and just digging, right? And then I choose, I just want to dig, right? And I don't go learn something new, because I'd rather sit here and do this than, you know what I mean? Not broke, don't fix it type of approach, right? And then I just keep digging or doing whatever, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I really need to, because here's what could happen. I could actually go lay out this whole dig the whole way and set the depth, if you will, and I wouldn't even have to get out of my GPS the whole time. It would just do it for me. Or I mean, it would already be set up and ready to go. You know how here, like here, I can dig anywhere and will dig at the depth that I'm set, right? But with that other GPS system, it will only dig where I laid it out at, and if you're not right where that is, it won't dig anything. So I think what's kind of cool about it is if you're working on a server map or in an area where you're trying to control the person, have some control on the environment, if you will, the digging. I could come in and set up a foundation for a house if you want, right? And I could dig, set a basement for a house, and anybody could go dig it for me, because it will only dig however big I set it up, right? Justin, not a whole lot. You know what I mean? Man, I wish I had something new and exciting to tell you, but same old. Starting on vacation this week, so I'm kind of been doing a little R&R. I spent a lot of time just kind of cleaning and organizing some things that have gotten out of control. I am tomorrow going to spend a day out in the shop just cleaning my truck and washing it and getting the car. Hopefully I got a car show that I want to go to on Saturday, so tomorrow I'm going to spend the whole day just in the garage cleaning cars, because that's fun for me and I enjoy it, right? So, chemical guys had a bunch of, I needed some new stuff, not only for a lot of my other stuff I was running low on, but I got a couple of their interior clean kits that they sell. Um, if you go on like Chemical Guy's website, they have like interior kits that they just got the whole thing set up, so you may not even know what you need or where a case is. And what I like to do is when I kind of venture out into some new stuff, I just go ahead and just buy the kit, if you will. So I got one of everything I need, if that makes sense. And then as I use it, then I replace it however I need to, right? But yeah, so I'm hoping that, I gotta check on that, see where that's at. I'm hoping that shows up tomorrow. The oldest one is looking at apartments. So we'll see where that goes. The youngest one, obviously, he's still in school, so he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere soon. So yeah, he's here a little bit longer. Yeah, the older one's at least looking, so that's got to be positive. I've been doing some pricing on some buildings. Well, that's part of what's. I've got a place started, studio started, really in another room, if you will. I just need to go a little farther, and I will put my rig back up. Now I have got my desk now, everything at my desk set up the way I want, and I bought a new chair. So I'm actually now to the point now where I can sit here. I'm actually comfortable. I was quite honestly miserable ever since I took my rig apart because I just didn't have a good. I didn't have a good set, a good chair. There was a cabinet in the way of my legs. Yeah, I mean, there was just all kinds of issues with how I had it set up. So I'm at the point now where I'm in a good place. Hang on a second. Here we go. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, and honestly, I will tell you the chair I have. Um, I find so my problem was since I had my rig back in the day, right? I never really got too much into my chair that was in here. So I actually, one of my boys had a gaming chair that they had used until they broke it, and it wouldn't go up or down, so it was stuck on the down position, right? Leather was kind of chewed up on it, whatever the case was, and that's a chair I had in here, and it was not a nice chair. I mean, it was a cheap one to begin with, and then it was used up. Well, I've had that chair in this office for 4 or 5 years. I mean, for a while, right? And because while I had my rig in here, I just didn't need it. I just needed once in a while to do what I needed to do. And anyway, uh, when this became my only place, well, then that created a problem. You know what I mean? And long story short, um, when my latest job trailer that we have, project we're working on, we needed office chairs for that job trailer, and I had bought some. I had to buy chairs. We went and tried a couple out, and my wife found these chairs um, on Amazon. They're 200. It's $200. This chair is. I think it's 199 or something like that. But it's a black chair. It's mesh. The bottom and the back is mesh. It's super comfortable. This lumbar support, everything is fantastic, and it does everything it needs to do. But it's also set up for um, when you buy office chairs, you look at things that says stuff like it's meant to sit in for 8 hours a day. You know, they tell you how many hours a day it's rated to sit in, and usually the more hours a day it's rated for you to sit in, the more expensive it is, right? Well, for 200 bucks and getting a 8 hour plus chair, it's actually kind of good. You know what I mean? And so I just went to her the other day. I'm like, hey, do you still have that part number, that chair, whatever, for that you bought for our office? Because she bought like 20 or 30, 20, 25 of them that time. And she's like, yeah, I think so. She went and looked and found it. And I said, order me one. And I'm telling you what, it's freaking great. So, and you're welcome, Mars. But anyway, so, but yeah, so got a new chair, got a new outlook on life. Everything's great. So anyway, what I was telling you is I think what, so I'm looking at some plans, and it's really not looking at plans, if you will. But I think what the plan is I'm looking at some pole barn plans, and I think what's going to happen, or I think what I'm planning on doing, is getting something set up that I want, and then getting it on a piece of property, and I'm going to basically pay the building company to do what's called dry in. You know, make it dry for me. So they're going to do everything that makes the inside dry. Put the windows in, put the doors in. Everything it takes to make the thing dry. Do that for me, and then it'll be what do they call it, core and shell, I think, or something like that. They're going to do that for me, and then nothing else will be done. It'll just be gravel on the inside, not finished, no insulation, no nothing. It'll be a tin building with the wood in it, and the windows the way windows the way I want them. And then I'm going to go in and basically contract the rest of it myself, and or do as much of it as that I want to do myself, if that makes sense. And just start putting it together when it comes to a point that we can finish it up to live in it, or whatever, whatever point we get to, then we get there. And I think with this group, I need to, especially my wife, it needs to be something like that. It can't be cold turkey, we're moving tomorrow. She's just not programmed that way. So I think that's kind of the plan. Good deal. Yeah, Mars, and the other thing too is actually when it comes to logging, uh, it's all in the machine you're using too. You know what I mean? It's all in the machine that you use and what you get used to. What I will tell you is that, oops, I don't know that I had found a machine once for me and Justin. We used it on Alma. Remember that one, Justin, for Alma that I found? And somehow it's fallen out of my profile, and I don't currently have it right now. It's I've never had much luck with all these ones up here. These ones that look like these green ones here, right? Um, and I honestly don't have much luck with these John Deere ones here either, because the trees are so heavy and so long that it grabs hold of them. They just get really light. So them are kind of um, a pain. But what I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, yeah, I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure I have it. I just can't figure out which one it was now. I know it was red and it was square, Scorpion King. I will tell you this though, Mars, I use an excavator now. to do it. I do all my tree cutting with an excavator. So I'll turn around and a lot of times I'll use this case right here, this one here. Sometimes I use this one here if I have to go far, you know what I mean? But most of the time I use this one here. And then I'll turn around and jam um, uh, got a lot of stuff here, don't I? It's one of these two, either the fixed head or the dangle. I don't remember which one it is, but I use one of these two on there, and that works freaking awesome. And I can run the you know what of an excavator. So if I run an excavator and I'll put this one here on there, or this I don't remember if it's the dangle or the fixed. I don't remember which one it is, but one of those two, and that's what I do. And I have pretty good time. Yep. And then the other thing I can tell you is on the jaws, it seems like this one here. I have good luck with this one here, this DMark DRG 22. This thing here, I have good luck with this and loading trees. This does a pretty neat job. I don't know if it's because it's a lot wider. You got to bite onto them better. You know what I mean? Something. But yeah, I use that one there for on the end of my excavator, and it seems to work pretty good. Yeah, yeah, but that wide, not that how there's a lot of them that have like two thumbs on one side, one on the other. I don't have good luck with those. The ones that look more, I do better with those ones there. Yeah, they do. The other thing I have is a hard time digging a straight hole. What do you think? Hole ain't too straight, or a trench. Chris will be here in a little bit. He'll jump in here. Anything else in here? Jump over here. What's going on here? Okay, got it. Got it. All right. Yeah, I think I could sit. I think I could sit here and just do this for days. Yeah, on Gage, Mars, I had a that still. I put it in one of the existing sheds that came with the map, and then it was kind of in tree cover to begin with, but I think I added a few, and then I even had like a little privacy fence around the back that you couldn't see, and then I had a gator, like a UTV. I had a little gator that I kept out there with it, and so when it needed material to get to the still, I'd run into the farm and just load up the bed of that with what that still needed, because that's all. I mean, it's not anything high production. It's more looks cool, but it does make moonshine. I'm pretty sure it does. So Yeah, have a lot of good time. Have a lot of good fun with that. Let's tally too much stuff to get ready for next week, and I'm out of town again this weekend. Coming up lacrosse, so I got to get it done. What are we getting done? Yeah, hell yeah. And the rest you can go to Walmart and buy if you have to, right? Well, the problem is with Justin goes to Eldora. Okay, let's just say this out loud. We can tease him all we want. The problem is he has to pack like the bounce house, the rodeo cow along. There's a portable bar that has to go along. I mean, the problem is he's he's packing like he's entertaining 50 people while he's there. Is the problem. Problem is he probably is entertaining 50 people while he's there. But he's taking enough booze along for probably 1,000, right? I mean, just look at Toe Jam. Went with him last year, and he's still hungover. Can't go this year. He's still a year and isn't detoxed from the whole event yet. Rebuilding the pallet bar and building a new DJ stand, right? Yes, we entertain about 100 each night, and Saturday night is up to like 250 now. Yeah. Hey, can you just promise us you're not going to be out climbing things you shouldn't and getting in trouble? We're not going to read about you in the paper. Can we at least go into this thing with that? Yeah, we'll be reading about you in a paper. Wear a GoPro, great. All good though. Mars, is that the map you're working on, or is that Bronwood? Yeah, okay. parachute. Oh, dear Lord. Mars, another one that I previewed earlier in the series. I got to get it broken out of my video so I got it in there correctly to serve the purpose right, is Salem. Um, I think it's South Dakota, but Salem is a 16X though, but it's really nice. It's really nice. I did a preview on that the other night, and it's really good. And that's by K Farms. If you've not heard of K Farms, once Chris gets home, he'll put some links in the chat here for me, so you know how to get hold of it. But K Farms does a lot of good. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of good mods, a lot of good maps. So. Yeah, Salem, South Dakota, it's 16X. Now, Chris, what is the other one? Does he have one in North Dakota as well? Is that a 16 as well, or is that a 4? Feels like that one is, I don't remember what that one was, you have to help me. But Kay does a lot of good maps as well. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff. Let's look here. Got a ways to go. So what I would tell you, if you're into that, you know, the interesting thing about a 16X, yeah, so it's a 4X. So he has a standard size, a 1X, he has a 4X, and now he has a 16 that he's developing right now. And yeah, there's a 1X, and it is, I think it's like Livingston or something like that. But anyway, he's supposed to be, so he sent a beta version over to me to use, and you know, and I wanted to preview it for everybody in my community, in our community. So I did that, but I asked then if he could make all the public land buyable. So he's supposedly working on a addition of that for all the public land to be buyable, and then I told him if he'd do that, I would do a series on that map as well. So when I'm kind of done or get to a point here where we need a little bit of a variety, that Salem is going to be the next one in my books to do some of these kind of projects on. I'll do a series there as well. The cool thing with that map is we're going to be able to do a lot of different kind of projects there than even we're doing here. So I'm not going to just go over there and do the same, you know, same projects over there as I did here. I actually have it that we're going to be able to do some different projects over there that should be pretty interesting. There's one more in the books. Okay, cool. I can't wait. I just need to get the 16X that I can buy all the property in between. 7.5 hours on this excavator. So I basically have 7.5 hours of digging, trenching on this map. So that's all the trenching we did at the water treatment plant to put it in, and that's all this trenching we've been doing down through the town here. So 7.5 hours is how far we're into this thing already. I did use that 336F for a short period of time, but it came back to this one here because it's just, for doing this, I like this machine better for this. The 336F that's down there that you see that's out here, I use that to take the pipe from the trailer and put it in the ditch, is what it's for. This machine has this angle right here where I can kind of look over it and see, you know what I mean, in the ditch better. I just like that view better than this one. I can't, it's hard for me to see, and I can't lean forward in my seat to see it, right? So I just go to here. Yeah, I think the other thing, sorry, just kind of close. I think the other thing I'm going to do at some point here soon is I'm probably going to, Gauge is still on my profile and everything the way I left it is sitting there. I actually was on it a couple weeks ago, just loading trucks, just to have fun. But I probably will go and introduce possibly a series on Gauge to do nothing else other than just document everything that's done on that map the way, you know what I mean, the way that it is, you know. And then we go back to it here and there. I can always add to it, but yeah, probably go and do a review of just, you know, Gauge the RVP way, you know what I mean, and just to have that cut out there and document. So I think when I look back through some of my maps, there's a couple of them that I have over 800 hours on, and I think those, you know, should probably put some content on those just to kind of say, hey, look, here's something we did, something you could consider doing yourself or whatever, you know. Getting closer, are we? Seems like every time I line this up and get it that it's dragging right, I hit a root or hit something and it kind of cattywampus my rig again. You know what I mean? Let's see where we're at here. Okay. All right. I'd say that's a I'd say that's a little bit of a drench. I don't know, Mars. I think it looks pretty straight. Kind of try to dig this open as much as we could so we can get that manhole set back in here. So that's interesting. And we got the whole backfill of gravel where you're supposed to. I'd like to add sand in the bottom, for the first 3 foot or something, but it the map doesn't like those fill types. So no can do. Got some snow. It's 34. Well, it's 34 out here now. So you'd think at some point it would start melting and go away. Okay. So let's, my truck's down here at the corner. Let's walk down here. So as I told you, Ben, I came through with the tractor and we prepped all this, put gravel back on the driveways here. But then we, because you can see, remember the pipes down here somewhere. There it is. There it is. See it behind me. We came in, graded all this, prepped it for grass seed. So let's, oh, truck's over here. Oh, crap. Been an accident. All right, let's head over to the shop. Got a little bit of something we're going to try here and see how it works. Theoretically, this should work, but we're going to run down here and get it, and I'm going to show you a little something I was working on. And then we're probably going to go get a load of pipe and start loading some pipe in the ditch. So if you've not seen that, we got that going on too. Okay, buddy. I'll see you back. I'll be here. All right. All right, check this out here. Oops. I got a grass seeder to seed all that down there. Let's see if I can get this out through here. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. How heavy is this thing? Oh, crap. All right. Hang on. All right, what's going on now? Okay, that looks like a problem. Huh. Now I know I couldn't get in that truck. Huh. Let's try. It's like it's still attached to it. Yeah, I know. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's do this. I think I can do this. Hold on. Before it crashes everything. All right, let's see what that does. Okay, looks like everything's back to normal. All right, well, how about we just let that sit there for now? Can I walk up and get in this? Okay. All right, let's. Shoo. Sorry about the brief detour. Heads up, coming through. Right turn, Clyde. Okay. All right. We're back where we started. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did. Okay, so hang on. I'm going to run back down there for you. Okay. So this is the way this map came. All right. Hang on. Let's do this. Oops. All these tractors are here from the map. They're out here like this. You can see there's license plates in the back of them that say like Tri-County. That they're part of the Tri-County dealership. You can drive them, so you can get in and use them if you want. You can't buy or sell them, right? You can't buy or sell them, but they're here. Okay, all these tractors up here. I added this one here on the end. This Volvo I added, and all those were there. And then I added inside. I added the little Kubota um, excavator, but the other two tractors were in there and they're usable. And then this roller, I added that out front. That's something new by Tri-States. I have out here on display. The other thing G's do, okay. All right, this is where I load. This is I'm using this in my trailer storage area out here on this gravel here. But see how these slots, there's like a slot like right here. There's one right here. There's one right here. See that? When this map is live, this is where all the used equipment will be sitting for you to see. So like when you go to, oops, when you go here and open this up, see how there's these three things sitting here? These actually would be sitting out there in the map so you can see them. They just don't have that, the map. This is a beta, so it's not all the way done yet. But when the map comes live, that equipment will be out here on display. Right now, I'm using it as my trailer storage area for my pipe. As pipes coming in, they load it and they store my trailers out here for me. This little forklift was here when I got here. It's a little electric one, okay? And then this is the one, I put this one here to use this one because that's just the one I use, okay? So yeah, it's got some cool features. Let's run back down here. All right, let's go do what we were gonna do. I love the questions. Let me know if you got any. Like I said, I'm here to help. All right, let's go see if this idea that I've kind of come up with to see if it works. Okay. All right. Let's see what want to. All right. So got my guy out. Let's go here. All right. Let's go here. All right. Well, I have to check this out. So I'm gonna do this. Do this. Hit OK. Do that. It's my labor. What do you think of that? He's going to seed all that grass for me. What do you think of that? I crack myself up. That's hilarious. Yeah. Can you imagine getting a 40-acre field or something like that and putting that guy out there to do it? Look at him. Remember the Seinfeld episode with Kramer and Newman, and they had the little what is that little rickshaw, the little thing that they use in Chinatown, and they put people in, they run around with them. That's what it reminds me of. Them two going down the street of that. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Guess we'll wait and see how that works out. So I actually never tried it. I say that. I mean, I made sure that the worker could be done, but I didn't try to see if it actually would sit and do the whole thing. So that part of it is really cool. I'm laughing. That's pretty good. That made my night there. That's pretty funny. The only thing I thought was a little weird about that the manual tools because I went and put that in for that. I had never had them in here before, but I I seen somebody online streaming doing farming nothing but with hand tools. I don't remember who that was. So I seen somebody else using it like to do a farm. I was like, man, that'd be perfect for seeding my grass on here after I'm done. You know what I mean? And because originally I was going to put like a spreader or something behind my tractor. You know what I mean? I was like, that's way better. And I, like I said, just cracked me up. He's still out there going, I guess. All right. And probably we'll go ahead and get run down here. Mike does have that walking mod. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it makes the walking look normal, the way it's supposed to. Let's get this truck because we'll go ahead and get the manhole set down here. Okay, so I think we've got that set up. We got everything here we need. Um, let's see about getting our manhole in. Let's see here. Now remember, like I've told you, I know I'm doing this kind of fast now, right? But the way you set these up is you dig your hole, it doesn't matter how deep it is, and you take this red line and see how that brings it up to that top edge there? That means that the manhole cover will be flush with the top of your of your field here, or your elevation here. So you got to take it and you got to come to the side and you run it up till it's right there next to it, and then that means that manhole's at the top. Just because I'm doing kind of fast, it means I've got it set up already and I already know. But when you first start out and you get this elevation here in the bottom, what you're looking for is to be deep enough that when you come up to this edge, that it's right, it hits it and comes up a little bit, right? If you're hitting it, it's way up here, right, like this, right? When you come over, you know your hole's not deep enough. Okay, just to kind of put that out there. Make sure everybody's aware. Okay. If you've not seen this part, then we'll go ahead. I'm going to walk the machine down here, and this is basically what I use this machine for. Got it running. We're going to pull this truck up just a little bit so we can sneak out here behind it. The other thing nice about this particular machine, it does not have a backup alarm. But this is a nice machine. It's got a lot of IC in it. Though there's normally bars in front of the windshield here, but you can hit a button and have those removed. So. All right, so let's zoom in so everybody can watch what's going on. Okay. Right? The hook. See the hook on the bottom here? You gotta have a machine that has a hook. Right? And then you're gonna rotate over. See there's the red arrows on top? See the red arrows kind of floating around midair? That's, you gotta get that hook right on those. So what we'll do is we'll swing over, swing up. Oop. And I try to be like right on it and a little high is what I try to be. Okay, see how it is? All right. All right. So you're a little high, and I was a little bit to the one side. If you get above these things, and they won't latch on, you know, you sit there, you're like, oh, I got everything, it won't hook on. All right. What you have to do is rotate your hook. Well, when you have one of the crane trucks or boom trucks, you have the option to spin the ball, if you will, spin the hook, and it'll latch on. With the excavator, you just got to reposition your excavator on the other side, right, so it hooks on. So, right, so we'll back into here, like so. And down it goes. Okay. You gotta be careful so you don't hit the one down below. You gotta be up high. Make sure you're. Heck, it'd help if I was halfway close. Okay. Let's see if I can just hit it from here and not move. Yeah, I should be able to. Perfect. I like it where I don't have to move. That makes it a whole lot better. Right. Right. Now we'll back up some just to make it easier to hit this. So now we'll grab the cone. were than last ones we were. And like I said, sometimes it's a little finicky. Maybe it's a lot finicky. Alright, see, we're going to try something, so I'm going to show you. Alright, let's grab this and then just rotate it. So since we can't rotate the hook, I'm going to kind of, cheat, whatever, right? And see if rotating helps. Well, maybe that strap thinks that strap's still on this one. Make sure we're on it. Okay. We'll keep trying. Where's the little arrow at? Let's do a half a turn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I just don't know. I wish I did, but I don't. Normally that goes on there like that. Go figure. Okay. Some things in life you just can't answer. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, watch this. The strap is hooked onto the strap's hooked onto the machine. Oh, there's something was definitely conflicting there at the back, wasn't it? Okay, we're all right though. I'll get up here and lay some pipe down. It's starting to come off this thing. It's only got 2.5 hours on it. Picks up the bottom one. Oops, hang on. Sorry. This bite. No. Let's get that top. Oops. Let's get that top one off there. So every time, now that's what I get for doing it inside the cab. Every time it latches or unlatches off the hook, it makes that noise. Oh, I got all the, yeah, I know. How'd you like that? I have too many. I have them still latched on. I try not to unlatch them all, because if you get in a spot where it latches onto a bunch, if you will, then the trailer explodes and the stuff goes everywhere. I mean, it's pretty crazy how it goes, if that makes sense. So I kind of keep a few. I only like open up a few to latch. This ought to be good. I typically only unlock, or unfasten a few to try to keep the pipe explosion from happening. The other thing I've noticed is when I'm doing this, you notice how there's no green? There's no green highlight at the end. That means technically you installed all the pipe that this run has. But what I've noticed lately is it requires one more on the end. See how that kind of happens? That's what I'm afraid of. And the other thing too is this is not the new construction pack. This is still the old one. I've been a little nervous to update the construction pack in the middle of a piping project for the mod that I'm actually using the most. You know what I mean? Okay, so I guess we don't need that. All right. So here's how this part works. Yeah, I don't want it to mess me up. So you see down there next to the manhole that I put in, for those watching, down next to the manhole down there, there's two little stakes. That's how far this pipe's going to run. Right? So what you want to do is you want to have them stuck inside that concrete thing, and then you want to put this like this. Right? And now it's in there and going. And since we have this one going this way, I can come and put this one in while I'm here. So see the stakes, or look down the trench, see the stakes moving in the ditch way down there at the top of the screen? That's, you're trying to get this lined up so you hit the center of the deal, center of the trench, and then because you can only watch like one in at a time, right? So you come here, you put that one in, and what you're hoping is you're somewhat in the middle down here, right? So that means it's going to install pipe from right that green one there all the way down to here before you got to add on to the end of it. And then this one here is going to go all the way into the manhole. Okay? Does that make sense? Hang on, go here. Go there, go here. All right. Oops. I do think since this one doesn't have a backup alarm on it, it actually makes it harder for me to drive because it's not reminding me which way. It's not reminding me which way is which when I push my buttons. It's funny how your hearing plays a part of what your muscle memory is. Good thing the driver wasn't his truck. He'd be all shook up after that little episode we had. There should be 30 pieces of pipe on this truck is what it should have. I think each truck I loaded with, or each trailer I loaded with 30. Okay. Alrighty. Are you home, Chris? I mean, I'll jump in a voice channel if you want to hang out for a little bit. It's up to you. Nope, no pressure. All good, buddy. All good. No, I figured as much. That's why I just said there's no. If you want to, that's great. If not, I totally get it. Everything with mom is okay. I usually have pretty good luck with these pipes. In other words, I think their target is a little more forgiving. As a wider target, whatever. Get her on her scooter. Okay, got it. You know, it's funny is the whole thing has no collision until I attach it, and then all of a sudden it can actually bounce off of things and cause havoc. You know, I mean, I think that's kind of funny. In. All right, so let's get some of these trucks moved around. Here's my question, G-Stu, is this a snow blade on front of this truck? What do you think? Oh, wow, that's cool. I've not seen it yet. No. No. It's not a dozer. You'd think that would push that, would you? Yeah. Next manhole I'll need to be down here. Do that. Do that. Do that. The other thing we got to do is got to grab a dollar plate. Put a strap back on that. Take the dollar plate with us. Oh, crap. I got a little bit of trench dug down this street. Oh, oh crap. Where'd it go? Did it fall through the map? It fell through the map. I guess. I don't see it. I guess it fell through the map. Ain't that some doo-doo? Of all the times I've had that, I've never had that happen before. Geez, Stu, would you believe that's the first time I backed a truck up? I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to park him on. What the hell is that? Huh. All right. All right. What's going on over here? Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Oh, so it's the back side of that sign. See where it says in there? That's supposed to be on the back side of that one because when you're this way, you can't see it. That's interesting. Let's go look at this other one. Yeah, it's there. But look, when you're here on the sign, you can't see them both, right? And when you're here, you can't see either on there. They're both gone. You go this way a little bit, you see that one. You go this way a little bit. That's weird. I'll send him a note on that. So he's got it. I never seen that before. That's the first time I've seen that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, them four-wheeled ones that have the in the front. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. For whatever reason, this excavator beeps every time something comes on and off of its hook. Good, bad, or indifferent. So, I feel like I need to look at the brakes on this thing. The brakes are shot. Probably need to get in the shop and fix them. All right. Oh, there they are. 3 pipes on the loose. So I don't have super strength on. Even, I mean, I realize they've made these that they're liftable, whatever, but all right, let's get these 3 on. All right. What's the problem? You think that pile of snow is the problem? You, well, it's either that or these barrels are too close, right? Let's see if I move past the snow, if it goes. It was the snow, I guess. That's weird. That is weird. Not didn't see that kind of coming. I see it gone. No. All right. Um, okay. Some of these farm shares, yeah, I hear you on that. Um, let's do click here. Uh, let's see here. Um, Okay, let's we'll go ahead and call it a night, but we want to raid somebody, so hang loose, please, please, please hang loose for a second here, and let's do that. Any suggestions on your part, or do you want me just to choose? Because I will. Um, let's see. XR. Okay. Send you over to another farm sim guy here. Let's do that. Click here. Click here. I think it's ready. So anyway, appreciate everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Um, great time here getting all this stuff done. A lot of cool, fun things. Remember, we got a couple new projects coming. So I got a couple projects I'm going to interrupt this one for that they're short. You know what I mean? They're not going to be very long, but we'll kind of order them a little bit, do them real quick, kind of do something a little bit different for a couple nights, and then look for the new series coming to YouTube as well. So get to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and like the videos. I very much appreciate it. And like I said, God bless. And when you get over to XR Renegade is where I'm sending you. Tell them hello from the RBP network. Okay? God bless.